Fellow Drops fans, we've got what is quickly becoming my favorite variety, a Chiroso from Prodigal Coffee and us to you. Let's get into it. Hello fellow Drops fans, fellow fans, and coffee lovers everywhere. My name is Haley. I am your local resident Q grader and your brew guide, coming at you live from Fellows HQ in San Francisco, here to talk to you about a wonderful Chiroso, Rubí Chiroso III from Prodigal Coffee, the one and only. Before I get into why this coffee is so cool, let me get into how I am brewing it. So, I'm using 22 grams of coffee in to 350 out, pretty standard. I'm brewing a little bit cooler at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I bloomed at 50 grams and I'm about to break bloom sometime between 35 and 40 seconds. I'm going to pour up to 150 grams, then 250, then 350 in a spiral motion. I ground it 5.1 on Ode with SSP, which is about a 4.1 on Ode Gen 2. All of the grind settings are where? Linked in the description of this video. I'm going to add 10 swirls of agitation after the last pour to make sure that everything is flowing through and just get a little more push out of this coffee. And your total brew time, we're probably looking at somewhere between 3 minutes and 3 minutes 45 seconds. I was tracking right around 3:15 today, so it's going to vary, but that's kind of where we're tracking to. And again, spiral motions with this one, and yeah, I think that about covers it. Now that I told you how I'm brewing it, let's get into why it's so cool. One, shout out to the Prodigal team for bringing us this coffee. Thank you so much to all of y'all over there. It's always great working with you. This coffee is from Huila, Colombia. It is a Chiroso variety grown at 1480 to 1550 meters above sea level. It is a anaerobic washed coffee, so a little bit of anaerobic process with it, which is why I'm brewing at a lower temperature. I find that really brings out the super round qualities in this coffee. Like it's extremely clean, but also just has, maybe round wasn't the right word. I think super clean, lots of jamminess. That's what it is, but still very clean. Also pulls out all of that deeply fruited stuff going on. Definitely feel the grapefruit. And then Prodigal, y'all said resonant about this coffee, and I actually, as a musician and as someone who also loves coffee, this coffee is extremely resonant. Sounds like I'm saying resident, but I am saying resonant. Resonant. I think it's the California accent. All right, last bit of agitation. And then we let it settle there right on top. And this coffee is really special. Chiroso is kind of an up-and-coming variety and not super common. In fact, I would lean into saying it's rare, or rarer than most. This coffee was harvested in June of 2024. So the Prodigal team, shout out to Scott, shout out to Mark, are the true MVPs here. Like truly, they air freighted this coffee to their roastery so that it would get here in time for this drop, maximum freshness. Super exciting. And to give a little context on anaerobic washed, the coffee was pulped before then going into anaerobic fermentation, which is where you get kind of that balance between like super cleanness, but also all of the rich fruits and the florality and that like complex depth of flavor that this variety is known for. Like I said, it's quickly becoming probably my favorite variety of coffee because it's so distinct and it's something that you really can only experience when you are cupping or drinking a Chiroso. So grab a bag. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the number of coffees, the number of bags you want, 1, 2, however many, and we will send you that amount of coffee. If you don't want any coffee this week, do not text us back. We won't charge you or send you any unnecessary coffee. We'll just text you next time with another delicious curated selection. I have been and will continue to be Haley, your brew guide and local resident Q grader. Thanks so much again, Prodigal team, and everyone who had a hand in producing this coffee or bringing this coffee to us. If you want more details on this coffee, please look at the link in the description. We always love telling stories about the producers that brought us this coffee. And yeah, thanks to everyone who had a hand in bringing it here. And now you can enjoy it at home, Fellow Drops fans. How wild is that? Thanks so much for joining me on this brew guide video, and I will see you next time. Cheers.